Welcome to this explainer. Today, we're doing something super fun. We are literally transforming your everyday pencil case into an arsenal of cosmic artifacts. We're looking at this totally fascinating intersection of astrology, psychology, and, well, everyday stationery. I mean, think about it. Every single time you write something down, you're putting an intention out into the world. So today, we're going to explore how the specific color of ink you choose might just be the exact key to supercharging those intentions.
Okay, let's dive right into this. What if the ink in your pen is way more than just pigment? What if it's an actual channel for powerful planetary energy? Now, I know it sounds like something straight out of a fantasy novel, but according to specific traditional astrological frameworks, color is a frequency. And by matching the frequency of your ink to the frequency of a celestial body, you are theoretically aligning your earthly tasks with massive cosmic momentum. Imagine deliberately choosing a pen not just because it writes smoothly, but because it actively supports the actual goal of the words you're putting on the page.
Section 1. The Interplanetary Inks. Let's meet the core squad. First up in our cosmic superhero roll call, starting right at the center of the solar system, we have the sun. Now, when you really need to command a room, you're going to want to wield the sun's red ink, ideally from a gold, yellow, or red pen. The sun is all about channeling absolute leadership, forward action, and unshakable confidence. Think about those times when you're setting massive, bold goals for your year, or you're writing out a plan where you really need to take charge and show authority. You definitely don't want a passive color for that, right? You want solar energy. Writing your primary ambitions in red ink is basically a symbolic declaration that you are the ultimate authority in your own life.
But hey, what if the mission requires a much cooler head? That is exactly when you deploy the moon's silver, white, or light blue ink. This lunar energy is the absolute perfect counterbalance to the sun. It allows you to tap into deep intuition, a really profound calming energy, and all the delicate nuances of relationship building. So, if you're journaling through some complex emotions, writing a thoughtful letter to a friend to maybe mend a bridge, or honestly just trying to find some peace after a totally chaotic day, using a silver or light blue ink housed in a white or silver pen body sets exactly the right tranquil frequency.
Now check this out. Wielding Mercury's green ink basically gives you the superpower of accelerated learning and razor-sharp analysis. Mercury is the messenger, right? The planet of intellect and commerce. So, if you are sitting down to analyze your monthly budget, map out a complex financial plan, or take intensive study notes for a massive exam, green ink is your ultimate tool. It perfectly aligns your focus with the energies of crystal clear communication and quick, highly effective decision-making.
Okay, moving on to matters of the heart or the canvas. If you want to channel Venus, you absolutely need to be writing in pink or light purple ink, ideally from a pink, white, or silver pen. Venus rules over everything aesthetically pleasing and harmonious in our lives. This is the ink you want to reach for when you're summoning creativity for a big art project, writing poetry, or even penning a love letter. It literally invites beauty, pleasure, and a deep sense of harmony into whatever you are manifesting right there on the page.
Now you might be thinking, wait a second, didn't the sun also use red ink? You hit the nail on the head. But Mars brings a distinctly different flavor to the color. When you are heading into battle, whether that's a literal sports competition, a super fierce negotiation at work, or just a day where you need absolute, unwavering courage, you deploy the dark red ink of Mars housed within a fierce red or black pen. While the sun's red is all about authority, Mars red is about pure competitive protection, assertiveness, and raw, unfiltered energy. It is quite literally the ink of warriors and survivors.
Section 2. The Outer Planetary Inks. Let's zoom out a bit. We are leaving the immediate personal planets behind and entering the realm of massive cosmic energies, starting with the absolute giant, Jupiter. To expand your mind and channel profound wisdom and spiritual growth, you wield the golden or yellow ink of Jupiter. This planet is all about expansion, teaching, and higher learning. So if you're doing some deep spiritual journaling, studying complex philosophy, or mapping out a grand, overarching vision for your personal growth, writing in yellow or gold visually and symbolically aligns your thoughts with the completely limitless, expansive energy of Jupiter.
But here's the crucial point. Sometimes expansion isn't actually what you need. Sometimes you desperately need boundaries. If you require unmatched patience, strict discipline, and karmic responsibility, Saturn's classic blue or black ink is your ultimate weapon. Saturn is the strict taskmaster of the zodiac, And it's actually fascinating when you think about it, because blue and black are the most common ink colors in the corporate world. It makes perfect sense, right? They represent structure, rigid rules, schedules, and long-term career planning. When you really need to get serious and do the hard work, you write it down in black or blue.
Section 3. The shadow planetary inks. Time to get a little mysterious.
These are the absolute wildcards of our cosmic roster. Meet Rahu. When your situation calls for sudden change and wildly unconventional innovation, you deploy Rahu's smoky, gray, or orange ink. Rahu is the ultimate rule breaker. It represents intense worldly ambition and the burning desire to push past boundaries. If you're brainstorming a highly disruptive startup idea, trying to hack a really stubborn problem with out-of-the-box thinking, or deliberately trying to pivot your life in a completely new direction, writing in these unconventional colors channels that exact rebellious, innovative frequency.
Conversely, we have Ketu, to channel deep spiritual detachment, profound mystery, and even insights from past lives. You wield the dark purple or brown ink of Ketu. Where Rahu wants to acquire things and disrupt the material world, Ketu just wants to let go and understand the unseen world. So if you're taking notes during meditation, doing some deep introspective shadow work, or exploring esoteric mysteries, Ketu's deep purple and brown inks basically act as an anchor to those profoundly spiritual and detached energies.
Section 4. Quick application. It's time for the training montage.
Let's synthesize all of this into a super practical cheat sheet. Just look at how incredibly clean this strategy is. Want to absolutely ace an exam or budget your finances? Grab that green Mercury pen. Need to enforce some strict rules and build a long-term career structure? Standard blue or black satin ink is your rock-solid foundation. Want to chase a bold, ambitious goal with aggressive action? The red ink of the Sun or Mars is going to give you that strategic edge. Writing a heartfelt love letter? Pink Venus ink all the way. Doing deep philosophical journaling? Yellow Jupiter ink. You see, it totally transforms note-taking from just a passive, boring chore into a highly active, intentional ritual.
Now, before you run out and completely rewrite your entire life's paperwork in a rainbow of different colors, let's pause for a quick cosmic disclaimer. These correspondences are drawn from traditional practices like Lal Kitab and color therapy astrology. They're meant to be used as symbolic tools and psychological alignments rather than, hard empirical science. But honestly, do not underestimate the power of human psychology. By intentionally assigning a specific meaning to a color, you are actively focusing your subconscious mind on that exact goal every single time you see that ink hit the paper.
So, as we wrap up this explainer, I want you to take a quick look inside your own arsenal. Check your pencil case, your desk drawer, that random cup of pens in your kitchen. Look at the colors you've just been using by default. Are they actually serving your current mission? Now that you know the hidden frequency is behind the pigment, ask yourself, what destiny are you writing next, and exactly which cosmic color are you going to wield to make it happen?